Had today not been a rainy day in New Lexington, most likely we would have taken you also to the statue of McGahan, which is at the main intersection of Main and Brown Streets in New Lexington across from the courthouse. This statue was commissioned by Dr. George Tabikoff, and it was Professor Lubomir Dolchev that actually created the statue. It was shipped to Star Engineering in New Lexington in pieces, and then once a heavy equipment was brought in, it was assembled there on the site where it now stands. This was in 1984, and the dedication of this statue was one of the largest celebrations that we have had for McGahan in New Lexington, when we had a 5K run, a parade, the dedication of the statue, a luncheon and program. It was one of our big years that we had a huge crowd. That statue stands, as I said, at the main intersection of town, and in fact we give directions to New Lexington Cemetery by telling people to come to the courthouse and the McGahan statue and then take a right on Brown Street and follow that to the New Lexington Cemetery. On the subject of the cemetery, since the weather is not permitting our going there, I might tell you that I had the opportunity back in 1996 of going to Bulgaria with Carl Gerchev. And at that time, we did visit Batak, and we were in the museum there. And I was amazed to find out, when I stood looking at the McGahan display there, I actually felt as if I was standing in New Lexington Cemetery looking right at the McGahan gravesite, because they have a black and white mural that looks identical to the actual gravesite with one omission. The only omission from that mural is a bust of McGahan, which was sent to us by the people of Bulgaria. It would have been shortly before 1984, because it was placed in the cemetery before the statue was commissioned. So I only have that means of dating exactly when the bust arrived. But it is the only difference between the mural in the museum at Batak and the actual gravesite itself. So at this point, this is the McGahan focal point of our town, to which we direct everybody. And then from there, they know they're one block to the Perry County District Library in the event that they want us to know that they were here and to get additional information about McGahan and to see what you have seen today, our McGahan collection in the library.